Have you ever felt like you researching for solid ground in a world that is constantly shifting? There's a psalm for that, and it's not a shout from a place of crisis, but a quiet, powerful declaration of trust. It's Psalm 16, and it starts with a simple, profound request. Preserve me, O God, for in you I take refuge. That one line sets the stage for the entire psalm. This isn't about panicking. It's about knowing where your safety truly lies. The author, David, makes a radical claim right at the beginning. He says, "Apart from you, I have no good thing." Think about that for a second. It's not wealth, not power, not even relationships that are the ultimate source of good. For David, every blessing is empty unless God is at the very center of it. He then presents us with two very different paths. One path involves chasing after other gods, and these don't have to be ancient statues. They can be anything we substitute for God: our career, financial security, control, or approval from others. David firmly rejects this path. He says he won't even speak their names. His joy, his community, and his identity are all anchored in God. He finds his people among those who honor the Lord. Then comes a beautiful metaphor. David calls God his portion and his cup. In his time, a portion often referred to an inheritance of land. But here, David is saying God himself is the inheritance. Not what God gives, but God himself. This is a gain. It means our peace doesn't come from what we have, but from who has us. David can say his boundary lines have fallen in pleasant places, not because his life is perfect, but because God is present in it, defining his reality. As the psalm continues, David talks about guidance. I will bless the Lord who gives me counsel. He mentions that even in the night, when anxieties are loud and fear creeps in, God is instructing his heart. This is a powerful message for anyone who has ever laid awake at night, their mind racing. The promise is that God's guidance doesn't stop when the sun goes down. He is still speaking, still leading, even when the path ahead feels completely dark. This leads to one of the most powerful statements of faith in the entire Bible. I have set the Lord always before me. Because he is at my right hand, I will not be shaken. This isn't a denial of problems. It's a defiance of fear. David is fully aware that life is unstable, but he's anchored to something, or rather, someone who is not. God's position at his right hand, the place of power and protection, never changes. Finally, the psalm ends with a breathtaking hope that extends beyond this life. David expresses confidence that God will not abandon him, even to death. He looks forward to a future filled with joy and fullness in God's presence. For Christians, this passage is a clear foreshadowing of resurrection and eternal life. But even in its original context, it was a bold declaration that God's faithfulness has no expiration date. So, what does Psalm 16 teach us today? It reminds us that true, lasting security is spiritual before it is ever physical. When God becomes our refuge, our guide, and our greatest treasure, fear begins to lose its power over us. We might not be able to control what happens tomorrow, but we know the one who walks with us. And according to this psalm, that is more than enough. Thanks for watching. If this resonated with you, subscribe and follow for more content that explores the depth of faith.